Ciao, lovelies. This is Reverend Sky. Today we are going over centering, or grounding, or anchoring. I'm not sure what you call it, but however you do it, today's the day. We are going to talk about why it's important, how to do it, ways to incorporate it into your everyday life, and I got a whole bunch of exercises for you to look up and hopefully find one that works perfectly for you. So, now that we've gotten that fun stuff out of the way, let's get into the meat. Let's get into the good sit. The good. Oh, I try to use words I shouldn't. I'm aware. Okay. What is it? Releasing excess energy. Whether that is old stuff, current stuff, stuff that's, not even yours. It's letting go. It's releasing it into the earth and getting it out of you. That's as easy as I can put that. We have bringing yourself back to center. It means kind of taking yourself out of the chaos around you and bringing you back to you for a minute. Seeing where your breathing is, seeing where your head is, seeing where your body's at. It's kind of pulling you back to you and making sure that you are okay. Forget everything else around. Let's just chat about you for a moment, shall we? I need to write in pen because I wrote in pencil and you see how you can't see that? What is this? Becoming one with the earth, remembering that you are a part of it, remembering that you are connected, and that getting your hands in the dirt, just something that simple, repotting a plant, playing with a plant, talking to a plant, touching the guy, rubbing on him, anything that simple can work, anything that simple, but it's a matter of getting you back connected with everything else. Here, we're not going to go outside of here. Today is bringing it back into you and getting you calm and you settled. That way you can move forward with whatever is happening around you, because we all have stuff, and I can't make that assumption for you. That's why I got a bunch of stuff that you can try, because something will work. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. What do we got? Connects you to the earth, being authentically in your body. Very, very important. Your senses are one of your biggest assets in this, because if you do nothing, and one of the exercises is looking at your senses, picking one, sit there and what do you hear? Just focus on your hearing. Don't worry about what you smell, you taste. Close your eyes so you don't see anything. It doesn't matter. Just bringing you back and letting you remember you, your senses, you. That's, again, what we're talking about. You. And that is okay sometimes. Whether it's 30 seconds in a breathing exercise or you go outside and do force bathing. It's really about you coming back and being present. Current status right now, what's happening, owning it, fixing it, accepting it, acknowledging it, bringing it out so you can deal with it, and then going on. Super easy stuff, but it sounds difficult, and until you actually do something, you don't really understand. But once you do it the first time, you'll want to do it again, because it brings you back to zero. We've got so many electronic things in our face that we're not outside. We're not touching things. We're not being connected to the earth. We aren't remembering it. We're a part of everything, and everything's a part of us. So, again, let's get you outside. Wear sunscreen, because you don't want to deal with some of this skin crap I'm dealing with. But get outside. Just be smarter than I was about it. Just don't go all willy-nilly and outside and no protection. Just get outside. Why it's important. Feeling unbalanced, depressed, scattered, anxious, or confused. If any of these describe you at any time, it's because there's been a disconnect somewhere. And that's from you, from the universe, from your friends, from family, from whoever it is in your world. But that disconnect can make a huge impact on the rest of your life. Because if you feel like you're alone, then you're curling in, and well, it's not a great place to be. Frustrated is no fun. I'm well familiar with that one. So it is really important to make sure that when you do these things, you're remembering that what your main goal is to figure out where you are in that moment, what you're feeling, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, what your gut reactions are. What is your intuition saying to you? It's really just telling you in that moment what to do. Like, you can basically listen to your body and it will tell you what it needs, but you have to listen, and that's the part we don't always check in on. So your body will be your best guide in this, and it just takes seconds to minutes. I mean, you can take longer, which is fantastic, but it'll take some practice, because just sitting isn't for everybody. That's why there's other exercises you can do that are more active, that are more engaging. Same result, different thing. So that's why everything will work different for everybody. Let's see. Ooh, sleep. Yeah. Once you start getting back centered or grounded or anchored, you're going to start feeling much more, and stuff won't rile you as much. So it's really awesome to get back to where everything's okay, because then you sleep better. And if you can feel like you've got things under control, then you're going to get better sleep. If you have put your hand on some soil, even a potted plant, even you buy vegetables, that's technically the same thing. Go hang out with your vegetables for a while. Go stare at the backyard if you can't go outside. Go get some dirt in your backyard and put it in a bucket, and put your feet on the dirt in the bucket in your house. Then you don't have to go outside. I mean, you have to go outside to get the dirt, but unless you're a weirdo like me, you're not going to go sit out there in the cold. So, this is something that it does make differences in your sleep and in pain and stress. Because once you're able to get yourself back to calm, no matter what else is happening, then it doesn't matter what else is happening. It could be anything. You'll get I call it like a Buddha-like calm, to where when you are in a situation, then your reactions are coming from a place of clear mindedness, like clarity, and not as jumbled or confused as they might have been if you hadn't already brought yourself back and you were at 0, because you're not going to go from 0 to 100 unless you let yourself. And that's one of those things where you can go from 0 to 10 and everyone's like, oh, that was it? All right, cool. And it just takes practice. It just takes practice. Now, let's discuss. I'm sitting on this thing. It's like a workout thing, and it's very hard to stay still because I want to move on it. Excuse me. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss a whole bunch of different exercises that you can do by yourself. You can do them with people around. You can do them on the subway. You can do them in the taxi. You can do them in traffic. You can do them while driving. Well, not all of them. Let's not do all of them while driving. But you can do a bunch while driving. So all of these things are going to be optional, but suggestions for something that might work for you. Because we're all so different, that we do need different things. Because like I said, someone that has a very active mind doesn't want to sit for long, and it doesn't work for them. It makes no sense to struggle in that way. So go do a project. Go work on a hobby. Go work in the garden. Go work on your yard. Go do something, whether it's cleaning, whether it's folding laundry, or, household chores obviously are a good one because they need to get done so that you can make it meditative. But All right, let me get into it. I've mentioned a few, but I do have a list of 30. It's crazy. I went through and started thinking about what I've been doing over the years, and then I started looking things up. And a lot of people do the same stuff, and it's really crazy what people can do that work that's so small. And one of the best, as far as the two best ways to do this are to work with the 5 elements and the 5 senses. That's my gig. Yes, we're going to go with gig. That's my gig. You work with the 5 elements. You have fire, water, earth, spirit, sky. Well, pick one. Pick your favorite one. Stare at it for a while. Look at it. Listen to it. I'm a fan of fire. I think everyone knows this. So I like staring at the candle and kind of, seeing what it does. Watching the dance. See, is it telling me a story? Is there something I've missed that maybe I should record it and go back and watch it again? Am I standing at a creek and I'm letting the water flow over my feet? Pick an element and just work with that element in whichever way feels good at the time. Take as much time as you need or as you have. There are really no rules to any of these things. Some exercises have more of a structure than others, but then there's others where, like forest bathing that I've mentioned, you seriously go walk around the woods, touch things, feel things, pay attention to the birds over your head, pay attention to what you're hearing, pay attention to the smells. That's easy as you can get, but it's called forest bathing because it actually works. And it had a term because they needed something to let other people know that this was something you can do. All right, so the senses. Again, go somewhere. Sit where you are. Sit in the office. Sit in the parking lot. Sit in the mall. Go somewhere where you can take a moment for yourself. And if you work downtown and you don't have many places, then you know what? Close your eyes on that one. Put earplugs in. Look at smells. When was the last time you looked up? Like, when was the last time you just stared at the clouds for a while or saw what was in a cloud? Something that simple will work. There's another one. Clouds. Here we go. Now, here's the fun. Here's the one with the senses that you might want to write down. Senses. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5 is things that are a color. So your sight. Find 5 things that are whatever color you pick. Up to you. Again, it can change colors every time. But that's what you're going to do right now, is you're going to find 5 things that are the color black or white or red or aqua or chartreuse or lime green or whatever your color is. That's what we're going to do. Just find 5 things. That's all you need to do and you can be done. But you can do that throughout the day. You can change the color. That's all right too. 4 things I can hear. 4 things. What are 4 things you can hear? Not taste, not smell, not touch. Simply hear. Just listen for a little bit. Amazing what you focusing on what you're hearing really tunes you into different things around you and makes you realize there's a bunch of stuff you missed. 3. We have 3 things I can touch. Now, depending upon where you are, you may not want to do this one, but things you can touch. It can be your own hair. It can be your own clothes. If you're somewhere in confined space and you need to focus on everyone else not touching you, then touch different items on yourself. I touch favorite items that I like that I wear all the time. Something like that. It just can bring you back and make you remember, yes, I'm fine. Yes, it's going to be okay. I am here. I am solid. I am loved. That's it. Just that simple. 2 things you feel. Are you hot, cold, angry, frustrated, ecstatic, confused, sad? Which one? Pick 2. And then sit with those for a while and figure out why. Is that yours? Are you really sad, or are the people around you sad? Are you really frustrated with life, or is it just the people you're hanging out with and you're getting that from them? Or are you on the train or the subway and somebody is sitting next to you and you can feel their tension? Well, that tension is not your tension, my friend, and you need to give it back. One thing I can taste. This is not always my favorite thing to do, and I'm sure everybody knows why, because depending upon where you are, this could be horrible. So, 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can touch, 2 you feel, 1 you taste. 5 senses, and you can do those as many times as you need. You can do 1 at a time if you need. You can pick 5 of each anytime you want to. This one's up to you. I'm going to give you the exercises, and I'm going to let you do with them as you will. If you need help after this video, if you want a little bit more information on the exercises or a little bit more help, just contact me and we'll get you set up. Meditation. There we go. This is a fun one. Meditation comes in many forms. And like I was saying a minute ago, it does mean cleaning. It does mean running, painting, gardening, yard work, anything that you actually get into and you kind of get that laser focus flow, that could be meditation. It's taking you away from yourself, getting you involved, focusing you on exactly what you're doing in the present moment, which is the idea. So, if you have an active mind, then remember, meditation does not have to be sitting there doing a little pose and saying these words that you don't know what they mean and you could care less about. Go take a walk. Don't take anything with you. Keep your mouth shut. Look around. Take a walk. Just do that. If that's not enough, if you need a little bit more, then go work on your yard. Set, 30 minutes. I'm going to go work on my yard. And pick a part of the yard and just get your hands dirty. Get busy with something. That's not a chore necessarily. I use cleaning because for me, once I start cleaning and I have some music on, I'm listening to the music, I'm getting stuff done, and it's meditative for me. And then it just goes by and my house is clean. And I'm happy. The house is cleansed. We're both good. It's kind of a win-win. Even the dishes, laundry. I'm saying a lot of household stuff because a lot of us can't get outside. So if you have painting that you like to do, coloring, if you have coloring books, grab them when you grab your kids and do that. Reading is a form of meditation. Anything that you like to do that takes you away from today and into right now and what you're doing, that exact thing right there, that's meditation. Don't let them make it hard for you. Don't let them do that. What else do we got? Ooh, music. Yes. Sound. Singing actually works. Listening to music actually works if you're listening to the music and getting into it. And you don't have to necessarily feel the lyrics of the music, because some songs don't have the best lyrics, but they hit really hard and I like the lines. So, play music in the background. Let it get you a little bit bouncy. Let it get you, wait, what am I doing right now? I'm bouncing right now. That's what I'm doing in this moment. Dance parties in the kitchen are a thing in my household. You can always start doing that. 2 o'clock, for no reason. Dance party. Call the whole family in. Do it by yourself. I bet they'd come join you. Play some stupid song that nobody likes and get down. And that's going to be fun and it's going to be meditative. You can do this by yourself or throw it on at a friend's house. People, I guarantee you, my friends do it, so I'm sure most friends will. But sound can be anything from listening to a creek, to listening to music, to listening to those little things where they go, the healing stuff. Those things work because what it does is it's tuning you in and it's making you focus on that noise. And that noise is going in into your brain and centering you. And it is amazing to me how many people don't realize that music and sound is like sound healing, sound therapy. Those are very real. Those are very, very real. And a favorite. Music is one of my favorites. Singing is the good one. Singing can pull me right back into myself. Makes me fill up my lungs. Like belt everything out. It's really fun. That one's mine. I like that one too. Earthing. Earthing is simply going outside and putting your feet on the dirt or the grass or whatever you got and just putting your feet down and feeling the energy coming in and out. Because when you put your feet on the ground, there's so much below it. And, well, if you're up here and you can connect, it's never a bad idea. Never a bad idea. Earthing is one of my favorite things to do. Just walking barefoot. And like I suggested, if you can't get outside, then get dirt and put it in a little tub and just put your feet on the dirt in your house. Seriously considered doing that, and I had someone I was with for a while give me, for my birthday one year, we couldn't get to the beach. So he put some sand in a bucket and he put something over my face and he put my feet in the bucket and was like, okay, now imagine you're at the beach. And that was one of the best presents I've ever been given. But he didn't realize what he was doing was pulling me back just by having gotten that sand and by doing something so small. So even that, just sit it somewhere. You can tuck it under your bed. But just remember that at least something so small can make such a difference. Earthing, that's what that's called. Ooh, shower, or baths, if you do baths. But showers, whatever your ritual is when you come home, as far as a shower, whether you do it in the morning, whether you're doing it at night before bed, when you're doing it at home or throughout the day, when you get into that shower, every time, like as soon as the water hits you, that water starts washing stuff off. And it's simple, and there's not a lot of reason to it, except in your mind, you're telling yourself that it's washing everything off. And it's cleansing you and removing things. And if you like to cry in the shower, this is a good time during these little rituals to release all of it. Because the tears that you release are emotions and bottled up things that your body is letting go of. So water cleansing, an element, but it's as simple as the shower. Just go into the shower and, talk to yourself about the intention that you have, and that your intention is to wash off the day or to wash off yesterday and to start new this morning. Just make it your own and just say, this is what we're doing today. And that's it. That's all it has to be. There's no tools needed for any of this stuff. None of it. Zero. No tools. It's all in here. The tools just make it fun and more visual, but they're not necessary. Don't make it hard. A tree. Okay. See this? Picture the tree as you. The tree is you, and these are your feet, your toes. And the stuff coming out of your toes are roots. And you're rooting yourself and you're grounding yourself in that spot and allowing the earth to give back energy to you. That's it. See yourself as a tree. It's a tree visual. Rooting. There's several terms. But all you have to do is, you can sit on your butt, you can sit however you need to sit. You can sit on a chair if needed. You don't have to sit on the ground. These things are not precise. These things are not this. No, these are very easy. These are very, you're working with yourself, you're telling yourself what's happening, and you're believing it. That's all it takes. All it takes. Where are we at? Ooh, dancing. Who doesn't love to dance? Pick a couple songs or get a little playlist and just dance to those songs for that playlist and be done. And just enjoy it and let your body get funky and do all weird movements that you haven't done in a while because you haven't danced, and then try to, like, go in all the circles and try and figure out when you forgot that you like to do it. Because bad or not, dancing's fun. And dance parties are a real thing. They should be, at least. And it can be so liberating to just act a fool, whether it's in your kitchen, your friend's house, a party, a venue, a festival, camping, wherever you go. Wherever you go, just dance. Just do it. Nobody cares. They're gonna probably join you. Most people do. It's the craziest thing. I love those videos where one person starts dancing way on the hill somewhere, and then like 1,000 people come around him. It's my favorite. I love that crap. All right, what else we got? Ooh, stargazing. That's pretty self-explanatory. Go sit outside and look at the stars. That's it. You don't have to know what they're called. You don't have to know who is what and what they're doing and how they go around the sun and how many... Drink time. All right. You don't have to know a whole lot. Just go out there and look at them. They're majestic. They're fantastic. They're beautiful. It's a favorite thing to do. Go get a blanket, sit on the back porch. Just look at them. Just appreciate the fact that they're there. Because once you start looking at the stars and stop thinking about your other stuff, then what are you doing? You're in the moment. You're in the moment. Current status. Looking at the stars. And they're not bad. They're not bad. Next, forest bathing. I mentioned it before. Forest bathing is simply walking through the forest, or the woods, or the patch of trees you have in the neighborhood, or the backyard. I'm going to tell you to go hug a tree. I'm not even kidding. The whole thing is 30 seconds is supposed to be a hug where you actually are able to share back and forth and get the serotonin that you need from the hug. That's when stuff clicks, is at 30 seconds. So I'm going to tell you to go hug a tree for 30 seconds while forest bathing. People might think you're crazy, but really, who cares? It's going to make you feel better. It's going to make the tree feel better. You know, it's a win-win. It's a win-win. Sitting by a body of water. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is sit by it. Just sit by it and appreciate it. And look at it. And maybe touch it. Maybe smell what's around. I was gonna say taste it, but maybe not, because you don't want to get into all of them. There's so many easy things you can do. And just sitting by a body of water, whether you get in it or not, whether you put your toe in or your pinky or whatever, easy. That's it. A body of water. That's all it has to be. And if you get in the body of water and it's a running creek or like a river or something, then face the way that the water is coming and let it, as you visualize everything going out your feet into the water, you want to make sure that you're transmuting the energy. If you're getting rid of anger, you don't want to send anger into the water. So you can say something like, okay, I'm letting go of this anger and please turn it into something positive. You don't have to use fancy words. You just need to say it. So use your vocabulary, whatever it is, and just say, hey, I gotta let this go. Please turn this into love and light. Or, I hate that phrase. Jeebus, I can't believe I just said that. Please turn this negativity into positivity. Oh, what was it? Cleanse. Oh, transmute. Oh, I can't think of it. Oh no. I'll have to go look. This is horrible. Okay. Breath work. Breath work. Simply paying attention to your breathing. Whether you're in your nose, out your mouth, in your mouth, out your nose, in your nose, in out your nose, in your mouth, out your mouth. However you do it, however you count, whatever the sitting pattern is, whatever, if you're laying down, standing up on one leg, don't care. Practice. That's all it takes. How long can you focus solely on your breath before you get distracted? Not long. Practice. Literally, seriously, I cannot make this any clearer. These things are so simple. All right, what else we got? Fire. Fire is a favorite. Fire. Oh yeah, I've talked about fire already. I don't want to have to go over that one again. And I realized how long this video is. All right. Plant stuff. Gardening. Mindfulness techniques. And mindfulness techniques, FYI, to break them down very quickly for you, are looking at what you're thinking about now. Not yesterday, not what you might think tomorrow, but what you think right now. Crazy, isn't it? That's it. Mindfulness. Be mindful. Be mindful. I mean, people make it so hard. It's not. All right. Ooh, body scans. I'm going to go over some of these a little faster because I just realized how long this video has gotten. So if you have any questions about any of the exercises, the next like 10 or dozen or so, let me know. I'll be happy to help. We can get you set up the chat and get you scheduled in. We've got body scans, the 5-element breath, yoga, smoking pot, smoking herb, really, of any kind, the 5-second rule, laughing, recite a favorite passage, putting lotion on, masturbating, touching anything metal. All of these techniques that I talked about can help you remove negative energy from you right now. And if you continue doing them, then it will help keep them moving through your body, and you won't need to check in as often. Because once you start getting good at it, you get good at it. And then you do it throughout the day because it's helping. And then you realize, hey, I didn't have to do it. I'm holding on a little longer. But certain situations call for different measures. So absolutely, make sure you check in with yourself on a regular basis. Whichever exercise or technique or ritual or whatever you want to do, we'll call it. Whichever one, I hope it helps. And I hope that we are able to talk again soon. I hope everyone has a blessed day. And thank you so much. Next video will be up shortly. Ciao.